All right, this is Darren again, and we're talking about the 3 city comforts that you may not get out in the country if you're in a rural property. And so we've already talked about knowing your water source, whether you're on city water or on a water well. With this property, we're on a water well. The second being your wastewater. Okay, so are you on a septic tank or are you on city sewage? Probably you're on a septic tank if you're in the country. And the third one is your gas. Okay, so there may be a gas line running up this road, but you know, this property has no gas meter, and it actually has a propane tank. And this is one of you know, my regrets for sure, is not digging into this a little bit more, because this did come as a bit of a surprise towards the end of the project that I had to replace a propane tank. Now propane is fine, it's great. It's cheap, you know, it's a cheap fuel source, you know, but it does have to be filled up periodically to make sure that you have enough heating fuel throughout the winter. In this case, in the case of this property, only the main furnace uses propane. Okay, so the stove doesn't, sorry, the range doesn't, and the hot water heater doesn't either. So only one appliance actually uses this. So I considered switching that other unit over to electric. However, we already had it installed as a gas burning unit, so we had to switch it over to propane in order to make it work. But again, it's one of those things I wish I had asked more questions, done more research on, to figure out exactly how this unit did work to begin with. But anyway, we've got it all taken care of, all buttoned up, everything works, everything's great. But anyway, you know, everyone's seen those large propane tanks, you know, sitting beside buildings, you know, industrial buildings, houses, wherever, when they're away from a gas source, a natural gas line. And this property did not have one above ground. And so, you know, that's kind of my excuse for not digging any deeper on it. But I did see this right here. Okay, this is it's just a metal, it looks like a hubcap. And this area around me, it actually used to be a dog pen. And when I first purchased the property, I thought that this was just a dog dish, like a food dish or water dish that was upside down in the grass, or in the dirt in this case. And what it actually is, underneath it, I don't know if I can get it off now, but underneath it, I eventually did get this off, and it was actually a, you know, it was the top of a propane tank. Okay, so this is an old tank underneath this here. And so due to building, modern building codes, this is too close to the house. You can see that it's maybe 8 feet or so, and it actually needs to be a minimum of 10 feet. So what we did is we moved it out to here. So now we've got this new one, and you can see it's this black surface right here. And underneath the ground here, this is a brand new propane tank. And you can open this up, and you can see there's all the workings of it inside there. And you know, it looks pretty much just like an above ground propane tank, but it's buried. That's really it. And so, you know, again, this was one thing that I wish I had done a better job of diligence on beforehand. You know, we were forced to deal with it, and now this property has a nice new propane tank as well. So anyway, that's all. Again, you got to make sure that whether you're buying retail or whether you are buying an investment property at a discount, whatever your case is, that you always make sure you do your extra diligence on these 3 items if you are purchasing a rural house. Okay, again, those are your water source, whether you're on a water well or city water, whether you are using a septic tank or city sewage for your wastewater, and then your gas source, if there is one. You might be fully electric, and that's fine. But anyway, I hope this was helpful, and please check out the other videos. Thank you.